quick puff pastry. A lot of you guys have been asking for it, and I'm going to show you how to make it the quicker way. This technique involves less labor. It's so buttery, it's so flaky, and will produce the same results as the original. I'm going to show you how to make puff pastry in under an hour. I know a lot of you have been asking for it. You've been looking for a way to make this delicious pastry that is so good. You can make it sweet, you can make it savory, and your friends will love you, and they'll invite you to all their parties, and they'll be like, girl, how did you make this? Well, I'm going to show you how to make it, okay? Stay tuned. Jackie's cooking. My loves, I am so excited to share this recipe with you, this technique for puff pastry. But before anything, please subscribe and don't forget to press that notification bell for all my updates of recipes. Like and share. Let everybody know Jackie's cooking. All right, my love. So these are the ingredients for our quick puff pastry. Everything must be ice cold. Number one, ice cold. So we have some ice cold water. We have some flour in a bowl. I put the whole bowl with the flour in the freezer, as you can see. That's what I mean by ice cold. We have some sugar, and we have some salt, and some cubed butter. If you're using unsalted, I'll leave the ingredients in the description box below, so don't worry, okay? But make sure everything is ice cold and your butter is cut into tiny cubes. Okay, and then you're going to need a rolling pin, and you're going to need a bench scraper. If you don't have this, a spatula will do. This is just to help, just in case if the dough sticks to your surface, you'll have something to help lift it up with, okay? And you're also going to need a brush, okay? All right, my love, so we have our ingredients here. We are going to mix our dry ingredients together. Okay, this is a very quick technique. In under an hour, you will have puff pastry. You can make it sweet, you can make it savory, you could make those Haitian patties with them. You could make meat pies, you could fill them, make them vegetarian, hors d'oeuvres. You name it. You can make danishes, apple turnovers, you name it. Okay, so now we're going to take our butter, a nice cold butter, and we are going to use our hands for this. And I'm going to cut some of that butter, even though it's cubed, I'm going to cut it into the flour anyway, okay? Just a little bit, okay? But if you don't get it all, don't worry, because the goal is all these pieces of butter are going to be layered along with the dough. Butter dough. You know, and as you can see, I'm just trying to get it because that butter is really hard. Okay, we're just getting it together, and you don't want to handle this too much. Keep in mind your body heat, and we want to keep everything cold, so you don't want to keep handling this with your hands, okay? Just like that. All right, so now we are going to just finish mixing it up a little bit here. And I'm going to create a well in the center because I'm going to pour my ice cold water in the center a little bit by little bit. And I'm going to use a knife, and I'm going to bring the flour into the water and stir it. Okay, the knife for some reason helps me determine how much moisture it needs. But again, the ingredients will be in the description box below. And some days you may need more water, some days you may need less water, depending on the way you add, the temperature, your altitude, and so forth. Okay, we're going to add some more water. We're just bringing in our flour into the water. If you don't get it the first time, do it again. You don't get it the second time, do it again. You don't get it the third time, do it again. Practice makes perfect. Remember that. It took me a minute to learn how to do puff pastry. Before I used to do it the long way. And if you don't know, a lot of chefs prefer to do this version because it's quicker and you get just as a good result as the original. Okay, a lot of times you'll either order the pastry dough from a manufacturer, because it's a long process making it the original way, where you would have a block of butter and you would have your dough and you would have to, that would be an all-day process. But this here is under an hour. Okay, so right now I'm going to use my hands, and the goal is I just want to get everything together. There is moisture in the dough. Try to exhaust all the moisture that's in the dough to pick up the remaining bit of flour. Okay? I have a cousin of mine who's been asking me for this recipe for a long time. Here it is, my love. I think this is something that'll be very beneficial. It's beneficial. Oh my God, Jackie. Beneficial, especially for parties. They make great hors d'oeuvres. You could make cones out of them and stuff them. You could make, oh my God, little cups and fill them with ricotta cheese, a seasoned ricotta cheese, or anything that you can imagine. You can make these and put chocolate in the middle of them. Oh my God. So as you can see, I am just bringing my flour together. That's it. Okay? That's all I wanted to do. So we're going to lightly flour our surface. Oh my God. I'm backwards today. What's going on? All right. So we just got our dough. Okay. We lightly floured our surface. We're going to flour our rolling pin. I got this going on a little speed here, but as we progress, it'll get a little bit faster because it's just a repetitious process of folding into thirds. So we're going to need a total of 6 folds, okay? So as you can see, I'm rolling out and move that dough, okay? We're trying to get at least 6 to 8 inches wide and 16 inches in length. And you see what I'm doing? I just want to make sure the sides are even, okay? Because when you fold it, you want to make sure everything is even, okay? And this dough here, my loves, you can make this dough and freeze it for up to, well, they say 3 months. I've been able to freeze up to 6 months or even longer than that. Just as long as you wrap it well, you can make this dough in advance. So now we're folding this into thirds. We took the bottom half and we're folding it. And we're going to fold the other half over it. And we're just brushing off any excess flour. And now I'm going to flip it over, a 90-degree turn, and I'm going to roll it again. Now, if your dough is still warm, if your dough is warm at this point, you got to put it in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Or if not, you're going to have a mess. The reason why I'm able to do this is because it's not too hot in my house. I have the central air conditioning on. The butter, the flour, everything was cold. So this is why I'm able to get, well, actually I was able to get 3 folds out of this. Right here. In this round, I was able to get 3 folds. All right, so just make sure your sides are even. Again, I rolled it out to about 8 inches wide and 16 inches long. So as you can see, I'm just making sure the sides are even. We're brushing any excess flour off. I'm folding it like envelope. Fold it over, and I turned it over again, and I gave it a 90-degree turn, and I'm rolling again. Again, if you can't, some people are able to just get up to 2, but I guess I'm lucky my house is cool enough where I'm able to do 3. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more flour. This is so flaky. To me, I think this is better than the original way to do it. And in actuality, it took me at least half an hour to do this because I've been doing this for such a long time. And I'm starting you off with a half a recipe because usually when I make puff pastry, I always do like 4 cups of flour, but I'm only starting you off small with 2 cups of flour. So again, now we're brushing our pastry dough, remove any excess flour, and we're going to fold the other top on top of it. See why I'm using the bench scraper? Because if it sticks, you could use that to help you unstick the dough. Now I'm going to take this dough, I'm going to put it in cover it, put it in a bag or something, and wrap it and stick it in the freezer for at least 10 to 15 minutes so it could firm up a little bit, and we're going to do 3 more folds. Okay, now you could use your fingertips to mark how many times you did it, or you could write it on a piece of paper. Okay? We'll be back. So now we took it out of the freezer. Now I sped this process up because it's the same repetitious process, guys. So now I'm just rolling it out again, evening my sides, doing a fold. Then we're rolling it down. We did a 90-degree turn, and we're going to roll it out again. Okay? And you're going to keep doing this for a total of 6 times. You're doing 6 rolls and folds, okay? Okay, I had rolled it out already. Okay, this is my last one. This is my 6th fold, but I did do an extra fold. That's just me, but all you need is 6 folds. So now I'm gonna cut this in half because we finished making our puff pastry, and I just wanna show you the layers, and I'm gonna bake some so you can see the results, okay? So as you can see the layers, of that butter and flour. All right, so now I'm going to take half of that sheet and I'm gonna roll it out. And after I roll that other half sheet, I'm gonna cut it again because I just wanna show you a small sample of what it will look like once you bake. Now, again, I'm just showing you what the kind of texture and stuff you're gonna get. But again, you can make meat pies, you could make turnovers, they could be sweet, savory, so many things. And one day I'll come back and I'll show you the different things you could make with puff pastry. All right, so I'm just rolling out. I'm gonna take the head of a wine glass. I'm just cutting out circles because I just want to show you. You know, I'm not actually making a patty or anything like that. I just want to show you the results. Okay, now you see this, right? Now this is it. This is the puff pastry. Isn't that amazing? You did this. You could do this in under an hour and get these results. I know it looks a little retarded, but it's just showing you the layers, okay? I know it looks a little retarded, but the point is you're getting these beautiful layers of beautiful butteriness. It's so light. It's so flaky. It's amazing. Again, you could make hors d'oeuvres, you could make appetizers. There's so many things you could do with puff pastry, so many things. And by you adapting this technique into your cooking, you'll be, oh my God, ahead of the game, okay? Look at all these beautiful layers. My love, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Press that notification bell because I got weekly updates of all my recipes for you. Okay? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?